You sit in your car after work, engine off, phone in your hand, scrolling for no reason, not even looking at anything anymore, just scrolling. And for a few seconds, you don't even want to walk into your own house. That should concern you, because most men think exhaustion looks dramatic, but honestly, real exhaustion is quiet. It's invisible. And this is where things quietly start getting worse. You still go to work, still answer messages, still pay bills, still function. But deep down, something feels disconnected, like your mind never fully wakes up anymore, like you've been mentally tired for months, maybe even years. And the scary part? You got used to it. A lot of men today aren't physically collapsing. They're emotionally fading, slowly, silently. You wake up tired, go through the day tired, come home tired, and somehow your brain still won't shut off at night. Think about that. You finally sit down to relax and immediately grab your phone. Not because you're interested, not because you're excited, but because silence feels uncomfortable now. That's not rest. That's overstimulation. And honestly, most men never realize how much this slowly changes them. Because the problem isn't just lack of energy, it's what happens after that. Low energy becomes low motivation. Low motivation becomes procrastination. Procrastination becomes guilt. And guilt slowly destroys discipline. This is where many men slowly disconnect from themselves. You stop feeling sharp. You stop feeling emotionally present. You stop feeling excited about life. And eventually, you stop recognizing yourself completely. Most men don't notice the decline until it affects everything: relationships, focus, confidence, patience, even simple conversations. Someone talks to you, and halfway through, you realize you didn't hear a single word they said. Not because you don't care. Your brain is just overloaded, constantly. The modern world keeps men mentally stimulated every second of the day. Notifications, short videos, stress, pressure, noise, comparison, dopamine overload. And the male brain was never designed to live like this non-stop. The scary part is how normal this starts to feel. You tell yourself, I'm just tired. I just need a vacation. I just need more motivation. But here's what most men never realize. Mental exhaustion changes your identity slowly. You become reactive instead of intentional, distracted instead of focused, emotionally numb instead of emotionally present. And eventually, you stop leading your own life. You just respond to it. That's why so many men today feel disconnected even around other people. They laugh less, feel less, care less. Not because they're weak, because they're mentally overloaded and emotionally drained. A man sits on the edge of his bed at midnight, phone glowing in his face, exhausted, but still scrolling, still consuming, still stimulating his brain. Even though deep down, he knows he needs rest. That moment right there, that's modern male exhaustion. And what happens next is what most men ignore. Because eventually, constant overstimulation starts affecting discipline itself. You stop doing difficult things. You avoid discomfort. Your attention span weakens. Your patience drops. Even your confidence changes. Not overnight. Slowly. That's what makes this dangerous. It's subtle. Most men think burnout feels dramatic, but real burnout often feels emotionally flat. You still function, but you no longer feel alive. And honestly, that affects far more men than people admit. Modern life rewards distracted men, then destroys them. Let that sink in. Because a distracted man becomes easier to control, easier to exhaust, easier to numb. And this is where many men quietly lose themselves, not through failure, but through slow emotional disconnection, through constant stimulation, through mental exhaustion nobody talks about. But here's the important part. This doesn't mean you're broken, and it doesn't mean you're weak. It means your mind has been overloaded for too long without recovery. Most men aren't lazy, they're mentally exhausted. There's a difference, and once you understand that, you stop attacking yourself and start rebuilding yourself instead, slowly, intentionally, like a man should. Because recovery usually starts with simple things: better sleep, less stimulation, more silence, more structure, sunlight, movement, less scrolling, less noise, more presence. Most men are constantly consuming, but rarely recovering. That has consequences, real consequences. You don't need to become perfect overnight, but you do need to stop normalizing emotional exhaustion. You do need to stop treating burnout like masculinity. And you definitely need to stop believing this constant mental fatigue is just adulthood, because it's not. A man who never mentally recovers eventually loses his focus, his energy, his confidence, and sometimes even his identity. The scary part, many men don't notice it happening until years later, when life already feels emotionally distant, when motivation feels dead, when they can't even remember the last time they felt genuinely excited about something. And honestly, that's why this conversation matters. Because modern men are silently suffering, and most people never talk about it honestly. So, let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually felt mentally clear? Not distracted, not stimulated, not numb, actually clear. And another question: what part of modern life exhausts you the most? In the next video, we're going to break down you haven't felt truly happy in a long time. If you're the kind of man who refuses to decline quietly, subscribe to the Male Advantage. This content is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making health decisions or undergoing medical testing.